The Selfish Path to Romance. Download Chapter 1 for free at drkenner.com.
Skylar, you have a question about your memory, I guess. Skylar?
Yes.
Yeah, tell me what's going on.
Well, I was on Facebook and some guy posted on my wall, "It's been years, how have you been?" So I called my sister because she liked the post. I called her and I was like, "Hey, how do I know this guy?" And she's like, "We spent a whole bunch of time with him in our childhood. I guess he went to all of our birthday parties, and we swam over at his pool and played with him in their big basement and stuff." I'm confused on why I don't remember any of this.
Okay, how old were you at the time?
I guess I'd known him since I was like a baby up until maybe 7.
Okay, so it was pretty young. I mean, that's like a grade school memory, very early memory, right? And how old are you now, Skylar?
I'm 16.
You're 16. So what you're worried that your memory, that there's something wrong with your memory?
Well, this isn't the first time that it's happened.
Okay. When else
I couldn't remember a couple memories about things involving my mom a while back.
Okay, can you give me one example that troubled you?
My sister was talking to me once, and she was saying something about this one time that it happened, and I got very confused and was like, "That never happened."
What was she saying happened, honey?
Just that she said that my mom had kicked me, but I couldn't remember any of it.
Okay. Here's what typically happens. We remember things that are important to us. So if you went back into my childhood and you told me about a great party that was given for maybe even my mom or my dad, and I had no memory, maybe it was great for someone else in my family, but maybe for me it was ho-hum, and I just didn't encode it. I didn't tag it as very important. I think we've all had the experience of looking at photo albums, and that can help jog a memory, but sometimes I've looked back at pictures and guess what happens, Skylar?
I have no idea.
I don't remember the event. I don't remember the vacation. I don't remember it. There's so much we experience. I mean, this is many years ago for you now, right?
Yes.
And your sister is how much older than you?
2 years.
So she would be 9. She would have been 9. So she might have been a little older. Maybe she was more connected. Listen, I remember the lifeguard at a pool when I was a young child, about the same age, because I thought he was so cute looking and I wanted to marry him. I was a little kid, but I remember him clearly. If you ask my sisters who was the lifeguard at the pool for all those years, his name was Saul. What do you think my sisters might remember?
I don't think she'd remember.
No, I have 2 sisters. My guess is they would not know who I'm talking about because I was attracted to him. I was thinking about him all the time. So we remember things that are really important to us. My mother tells me that my father once got frustrated with me when I was young, and guess what?
Hey, I got to interrupt this because we've got to pay some bills. 30 seconds, that's it. A very quick ad, and then Ellen will be back.
Romance. I wish I knew more about what girls want from a relationship. Boy, I wish I knew more about what I want. Where's that ad I saw? Here it is. The Selfish Path to Romance, a serious romance guidebook. Download Chapter 1 for free at selfishromance.com and buy it at amazon.com. The Selfish Path to Romance. That is interesting.
My mother tells me that my father once got frustrated with me when I was young, and guess what he put in my hair? He was trying to feed me. You won't guess, but mashed potatoes. Now, you think I might remember that? No, I was very young. But I have no memory of that. So you don't want to expect your mind to do more than it can. And if you only have a handful of examples or less than 2 handfuls of examples, I would not think you have a bad memory. I would just say you have a normal memory, and there are things that you might remember that your sister might not remember.
Okay.
Okay, do you
Thank
think,
you.
do you have a bad memory all the time, or is it just these few cases?
It depends. Sometimes I'll do like normal forgetting, which I don't worry about that because everybody forgets like little things. I know other times on occasion I'll just kind of I'll remember something that I had forgot about in years.
Yeah.
Or people had mentioned something to me about it, and I wouldn't remember it, and then maybe an hour later,
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, that did happen.
Yes, you can retrieve it with effort sometimes, right?
Yeah.
You can pull it out. If somebody might explain it, people will tell me, people will come. So you're thinking your memory is fairly normal now?
Yes.
Let me go ahead, honey.
Yeah. After you explained that to me, I was just, I know that I've had traumatic experiences in my past.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if that had anything connected with it, and I didn't.
If you had what type of experiences?
Traumatic.
Oh, what type of trauma, honey?
My mom, it was a little bit of abuse, but not a lot. And I know that I repressed a lot of those memories, and I've been working to get some of those back, so I didn't know if, something happened traumatic with this guy or not.
Oh, so you're wondering, was there any abuse or anything on site that you should know about, and maybe your mind repressed it? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Okay. My quick words on that, I know we're at the end of time here. My quick word on that is I don't go fishing for abuse. When people come in, I don't try to dig up abuse. If they get a memory, then you need to figure out, is it accurate or not? If you are happy-go-lucky now, if your mom was a little rough but she's better now, enjoy her now. And you don't have to go digging, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, you're very welcome.
And here's a little more from Dr. Kenner.
My father was an alcoholic. He'd come home hammered, looking to wail on somebody. So I'd provoke him so he wouldn't go after my mother and little brother. Interesting nights were when he wore his rings.
He used to just put a wrench, a stick, and a belt on the table and just say choose.
And that's scary stuff. That is from Good Will Hunting. And if you have been a victim of abuse, maybe in your childhood, and you feel like your kids are now older, but you are afraid that you'll do the same with them, get some help. If you are currently going through abuse, either with an abusive partner, it can be male or female, or maybe with kids, somebody in your family is abusing their kids. Speak up. You don't want to aid and abet the perpetrator. So abuse is forbidden, but we have to be able to defend basically a person's right to their own pursuit of their life and happiness. And if you have somebody very controlling in your family and everybody puts a Band-Aid on their lips, that doesn't help anyone. And you want to give yourself the ability to speak up, but you need the tools to do it, and you need to be first concerned about safety. Is the person so irrational that you should not speak up directly to them, or are they open to reason if you get them in the right mood?
For more Dr. Kenner podcast, go to drkenner.com and please listen to this ad.
From The Selfish Path to Romance by clinical psychologist Dr. Ellen Kenner.
Barry's wife, Kaylee, tells him that when his mother drops in unannounced, interferes with the way she does things, and even criticizes her, she feels uncomfortable. It's Barry's responsibility to talk to his mother and explain that he and Kaylee understand she's trying to be helpful, but that they do things differently and would like her to stop, as they often feel criticized by her actions. Barry can then ask his mother to agree to planning visits together in advance. If you allow constant parental abuse or intrusiveness, you are sanctioning it by your silence, which means you are choosing your parents as a higher value than your partner. For a romance to thrive, you need to protect your privacy and establish proper boundaries with your parents.
You can download Chapter 1 for free by going to